Hello boys and girls, here we have Leatherman Crater. This is a very interesting knife slash multi-tool because Leatherman doesn't just make a knife, it makes always something additional, something that's extra. In this particular case, this is a Crater model c33lx, L meaning launch, X meaning serrated. So this knife has serrations. Basic features of this knife as a combo blade with a plain edge and serrated edge, pocket clip, carabiner with bottle opener, and this is the multi-tool part of this knife. There were other versions of this knife over the years. There were the ones that would make this tool a little wider and would incorporate some screwdrivers over here and over here, but this one is a plainer version, just a knife and a carabiner, and the launch mechanism is this part right here. Basically what it allows you to do is the blade is free floating in between the stopping mechanism over here and the launch tab over here, and when you pull on the launch tab it allows to flick this blade wide open just like that. And so this knife has seen some better days. Right now the launch mechanism doesn't open very well, it doesn't function that well. You know, it's best if you just open it with two hands. So I'm gonna try to remedy this situation. So this video is gonna be simultaneously about disassembly of this knife. I imagine you know, Leatherman designs are elegant, meaning they should not be too difficult to do. Let's figure out what kind of tools we need. This looks like a T6, but it's not. Maybe a T8. It's not a T8. Huh, could this be a T7? Which is a very unusual, but let's see. It appears to be a T7. Or maybe a T8 still will work. Let's see. T8 is a very tight fit. No, it is a T8. It is a T8. It's just maybe like the years of abuse made this T8 a little tighter than it needs to be. But it is a T8. So let's see. We're gonna use a T8 then, if the shoe fits. All right. So and then the I guess the pocket clip screws are T6 then. Let's take the pocket clip out. So as you can see, like this knife, you know, these knives have been around for since at least 20 years ago. They've been discontinued about 4 years ago. So some people have had it for like 15 to 20 years before they were discontinued in favor of something more modern and better, arguably. But you know, there's a lot of people who are swearing by these knives, by these designs. This is a good product that stood the test of time. Many people were really happy with this. To give you some specs, this knife weighs 2.6 ounces, which is kind of light for what it is. To give you some perspective, if you're holding the Benchmade bailout in aluminum, it's 2.7 ounce, so it's about 1/10 of an ounce heavier than this. So I can feel that at least some of the screws are stripped over here, which is not good, but some are not, which is good. All right, so this middle screw is not coming out somehow, which is very concerning if you ask me. Huh. So I'm turning and turning and nothing would happen. So that's what makes this thing not come out. Let's see if I can just pry it out. ProTech. We're using a $160 knife to fix a $20 knife by possibly ruining a $160 knife and not achieving anything as the result, but you know, it is what it is. I have no idea what's going on here, guys, but this appears to be stripped. It's not coming out. I'm turning and turning. Yeah, the screw is turning, but it's not gonna come out. Let me see what's going on here. I'm just gonna leave it like this because I have access to the inner screw over here. I don't think I need to do anything with this screw because it's shaped in a way where it's not gonna turn, and all the turning is gonna be done on this side. So we're gonna go back to the T8 and start working our way on the pivot. Really curious, what is this mechanism, the lunge? I've never seen anything like that on any knife, and I don't know why you would even need that. But, you know, if Leatherman did it, there might be a reason for it. Leatherman are known to innovate here and there. Okay, so this one we're gonna need something on both sides, because unlike on this side where it's not gonna turn over here, this one turns on either side. So we need to catch it on this side with another T8. So T8 on both sides. One here and one here. And now we're turning. So this seems to be a typical Leatherman construction where you have a screw that goes inside another screw, male to female. Okay, the scales come out right now. I see a huge bronze washer, which is a good thing. Bronze washers are very reliable and they do a good job. And here's the mechanism. Huh, this is interesting. Let's see here. That's a lunge tab. That's what it looks like. Everything is kind of dirty. Another bronze washer. Bronze washer seems to be on either side of the lunge tab, and then you get to the blade itself, which will come out at this point. And then there's a smaller bronze washer. I don't see anything terribly wrong with this. I mean, it's a little dirty, but it should work just fine. We're gonna clean it anyway. I'm not sure why it's not working properly, but I'm just gonna clean everything off camera and put it back together and see if it's gonna be a little better. Alright guys, so it's all clean. I mean, these are all the parts, the two scales, the scale liners, the blade, the carabiner. It's pretty simple. I don't see anything wrong with it. I'm just gonna put it back together. I don't think it's gonna help the overall mechanism, but you know, we'll see. Let's see if I can even do this right now. This goes like so. Alright, so this is the part with the clip. So if you guys are following along, you want to align this like so, and then start with the female end screws. The round one goes where the carabiner end is, over here. And then this one that's shaped kind of like a, I don't even know what to call this shape, but that goes on the other side under the pocket clip. Just sits there snugly like so. And you just build everything from here. So the carabiner part goes in here, but it also has a little spring that goes inside, and I already lost it like twice off camera. So just be mindful of this thing. In fact, I'm gonna put it back on off camera because it usually takes me like 30 seconds. So that's how carabiner part goes in, right? It just, you know, the spring is inside there. When it sits tightly like so, there is a thing that goes in a groove in a scale liner, and that's how it's supposed to be. So when you open it, there's a little bit of a tension with that spring, and to close it you have to like push it down and close it like so. So this is the correct way right now. From here you gonna put a small phosphor bronze washer, and I just want to make sure that I have some oil. Let's make sure this is a well-oiled machine over here. So just a little bit of oil under that phosphor bronze washer. Not a lot, you don't need a lot. And then the blade goes on top like so. And then the bigger phosphor bronzer washer, or bronze washer, I don't even know. I don't see any phosphor. It's a chemistry joke. All right, so and then there's this I don't even remember exactly how it goes. Probably like, yeah, oh yeah, so still don't know. Well, I think it should go something like that. Or not. No. Definitely like so. Okay, so it goes like so. And I don't know if I need to do anything else over here, because it doesn't feel like it's all good right now. How does it even work? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, just make sure it follows like this. So there's a spot for it to fall in here, and it's kind of hidden away in the open position, and then when you close it, it comes out on top where you can flick it again. Okay. All right, so that's how it feels to me. And then, should I put some oil in the carabiner? A little bit. Okay, And then the top scales go on top, like so. And that looks complete to me. Let me just make sure everything is nice and tight. I'm not 100% sure, but this looks okay to me, guys. Just like so. So I'm just gonna put the scales on top and pray that it works as intended. I feel like it should. Make sure that screw is in there good. On the other side. It should be sticking out a little bit over here and over here. Both of them are sticking out a little bit. And that should go into a scale on this side. Very tightly. Okay. And then the pivot screw and the other screw are gonna go in. The T8s are coming. Of course you need thread locker for Leatherman because that's how it works. It's not gonna work otherwise. For now I'm putting it without the thread locker just to see if it's even working. And then I'm gonna undo these screws and then put the thread locker. Again, this last one you need 2 T8s. And let's see. Okay. It's reasonably tight. Okay. So, yeah, this is put together correctly. The launch mechanism is kind of, oh, it's actually a little better now. It's not perfect. Hold on. What? Okay, so it's actually kind of working. I imagine you need to practice this. Maybe that's my bad. I need to practice this. But it does work, like maybe every third time or something. Or fourth. Or fifth. Okay. Yeah, so I mean it's I can see that it's working, but it just it's not working every time. I don't know if that's how it was intended or just the years of use for this knife have done this. So let me also make sure that the pocket thing is holding on tight. We need a T6 for the pocket screws. Because that was my problem with this. These pocket screws, they're not really going in. And that's why this thing was kind of rattly. This screw is stripped. Huh, it's so weird. I don't know, guys. Should be fine. They're not really going in. Huh. So weird. Is it possible that these are the wrong screws for these holes? Somebody just forced them in there? I don't know. But I don't know what I'm gonna do. Just gonna pray. What if I try really hard? Yeah, if I push it, it seems to be going in. But that's not... Feels like they're hanging on by thread locker and nothing else. That's how it's gonna be, guys. I don't know. I got this tool on the secondary market. Somebody has made it into what it is now, and it's not perfect. It's a little less rattly right now, but I can feel that something is going on with these screws. Maybe they're not the right screws or something like that. I cannot get them really tight, or I'm just afraid. It feels like it's already stripped. Like I can just turn it, nothing is happening. Oh, I see what's going on. So I think that the screw that's holding this, so the nut is just turning inside this a housing over here, if you can see it. So there's the nut that receives the this screw, and it's turning with the screw, so you're not able to get it like really tight. And I think the same situation can be said for all of these screws, because this one is not coming out and it's not getting tighter. This one, again, I got it reasonably tight, but then it kind of just turns. So I think the housings of these screws, they are kind of turning inside the plastic, so you cannot just get it like super tight, which is fine. I mean, it's gonna work in this position. It's not gonna come out or anything. So as far as the launch mechanism, I mean, it's working somewhat. It's not perfect. But I mean, it's an old tool. Who knows how many years it is old. It could be 20 years old. It could be at least 4 or 5 years old. The newest ones are. But yeah, it is old. It's been through a lot. But this is a really cool product from Leatherman. It's fairly easy to take it apart and put it back together if that's what you want to do. You know, not a lot of moving parts. And yeah, that's what it is. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, you guys, so after playing around with this pivot tension, I figured that once you loosen the pivot a little bit and get this a little looser, then it actually shoots out pretty reliably. So that wasn't a good presentation, but you know, it's actually pretty reliable right now. So you want to make sure that you know, this pivot is like loosey-goosey. It does have some blade play because of this, you know, but at least it's kind of reliable in the way it opens up. Let me try it again. Okay, so you see that opens up every time, kind of, right? So, and you can like get it even much better than this with practice. And then the carabiner, you know, I guess there's nothing to it, you know, it's very simple. Carabiner slash bottle opener. Yeah, so yeah, that's just a little update that I'm tagging on to the main video. So you've seen how it can be taken apart. Obviously, this design has been around for a long time, and this is kind of a cool little blade. Alrighty guys, thanks for watching.